Jai Jai Saima. I honor the divine feminine within you and within me. Om Klim Kalikaye Namaha. Welcome to day 2 of our Navaratri celebration. My name is Jivan Das Maharaj, and I'm coming to you from southwestern rural Colorado in the United States, in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. Here I live and work as a teacher of meditation and transformation, and primarily I work as a psychotherapist with struggling at-risk youth and families in a wilderness context. And I'm very, very delighted to be here with you today. Please join me for a live recorded activation that we just recorded earlier this morning. Today, I would like to take us on a journey into the heart of Mata Kali. But first, I'd like to share with you a little bit about myself. I am from Wisconsin, in the Midwest of the United States. And this world, which we are immersed in right now, this world of our Indian tradition and Sanatan Dharma, was very foreign to me when I was growing up. It wasn't until about 13 years ago that I met Her Holiness Sai Ma, and my entire life was radically transformed and uplifted. I went from a life of confusion, drama, turmoil, lack of knowingness, doubt everywhere, to a world of clarity, a world of relationships filled in my life right now with love, care, lightness. I am living an ideal life. And the one thing that I can attribute to the way my life occurs to me is through the grace of the Mother, and specifically the grace of Her Holiness Sai Ma. So this time of Navaratri is so unique and delightful to me because the grace of the Mother has brought everything and anything I could have ever wanted in my life. Now, it's not what I expected, clearly, because as a young man growing up in Wisconsin, I never would have thought I would be a celibate monk at the age of 43. So one aspect of the grace of the Mother is that we receive exactly what we need. And it may not be what we want, but through our engagement with this grace of the Mother, through our sincere dedication and devotion to Mother and to ourselves, we receive everything, anything we could ever want, from the mundane to the profound. Whether we're needing assistance with finances, whether we'd like better relationships in our life, whether we'd like to feel differently about ourselves, everything is available to us. And during this time of Navaratri, and specifically with beloved Kali Mata, there is a rapid acceleration of our desires manifesting. So, if you'll join me, you can either close your eyes or keep your eyes open, and we'll go on a journey within ourselves, activating the beloved force and divine purity that is Kali Mata. So let's first become aware of the breath. And with every breath, let us allow our minds to settle. And simultaneously, without any effort, let us allow our hearts to expand. And with every breath, our hearts start to pulsate. We may even feel our hearts beating in our chest. That heart's beat is the third dimensional representation of the pulsation of life itself. And we can allow our breath to easefully dance with our heart's pulsation. With every breath, we allow this heart to expand like a sun, pulsating further and further, thereby growing its intensity, such that we see this sun encompassing our entire body and mind. We can visualize our physical body resting inside of this sun, this heart's manifestation. And as each moment passes, whether it is silence or with words, we start to feel the presence of our beloved Kali Mata, the Mother Kali. We start to feel the power, the devotion in the form of her uncompromising way of being intolerant of the ego or the small nature of ourselves. But we also feel her uncompromising love and tenderness for us as her children. We see her gaze in her beauty and majesty. We feel and see her compassion. Her great, great love for us. And with every breath, we start to know and feel that her fierceness arises out of the love of the mother. We feel the power of her love, the focus and clarity of her love. And with the breath, we absorb these qualities into our being. We welcome these qualities of clarity, focus, being totally uncompromising when we know what the right action is for our lives. Like an arrow piercing the wind. Like a mountain steady in the face of a storm. And the gaze of Kali with fire in her eyes. This is the fire of knowingness. The fire and power of the self within, which is perfect. this quality inside of us that is so clear and piercing, such that it awakens this clarity of love and dedication inside of us for each and every aspect of our lives. So we can start to look out into our lives from this place of clarity, this uncompromising gaze that pierces the fakeness, the smallness, the inauthenticity, the pleasing, the unworthiness, all of these aspects of this personality or ego that clearly no longer serve us, and we know this. So let us start with a relationship in our life where we know that we are inauthentic. And we know that we compromise our energy, where we make ourselves small, or we make ourselves small by becoming big in an inauthentic way. A relationship where we're insecure, so we make ourselves very big and inauthentic. And we welcome this purity and power and love of beloved Mata Kali in ourselves in this relationship. We may be experiencing discomfort because it's challenging to face ourselves in the masks and costumes and disguises that we wear. And we can simply breathe into that discomfort, welcoming it into our magnificent heart. And yet we become uncompromising in our divine authenticity. When Kali's on the battlefield in these great stories of the ancient times, did Kali ever ask for permission to slay the demons who were disrupting the world and torturing humanity? No. She guzzled the blood of demons because that was her role. And so in our lives, we become uncompromising and dedicated to the expression of ourselves as love and light. It does not mean we're aggressive. It does not mean we're violent. It means we are clear and authentic in our expression of love itself. It means humility, and it means an opening to the grace that exists within us. And it means expressing our truth. And we can take a breath in that activation, in that relationship, experiencing the grace of Mother, of Mata Kali, in her power and her love, expanding out into that relationship. And we shift to another aspect of our life, perhaps a role that we play, professional role, a personal role that we play as a mother or as an employee or as a supervisor, as an entrepreneur. In this aspect of our life, let us look how we are compromising, how we make ourselves small, how we make ourselves stoppable, how we stop ourselves in our power and true expression of our Dharma. And we welcome the force of Mata Kali the grace of Mata Kali as mother, and command her presence into this aspect of our life, thereby obliterating any semblance of discord that we bring into this role in our life, such that we experience our power and clarity in this force of love that is our nature, it is who we are. We may intuitively, even right now, know or feel actions to take to right this ship, to bring ourselves back into alignment in this role in our life. Such that our expression brings with it the grace of the divine. It does not mean aggression or violence. It means clarity, truth. And with a breath, we allow this activation and this role in our life to expand and accelerate beyond our own quote unquote abilities. Meaning grace paves the way. And now we turn to this relationship with ourselves. This relationship with our personality. This personality that's been formed by our environment, by our parents, and by our own choices in our life. So many of us are looking for healing in the outside world. We're running to a relationship, to make more money so we can feel better, to changing our body so that we feel better about ourselves. And while there's nothing wrong with any of these actions, it's so much about the place we come from within ourselves. And so for a moment, let us really look at ourselves with clear sight. How am I inauthentic? How do I betray myself? How is my insecurity put out into the world around me, thereby deepening the delusion that I don't actually accept myself as I am? Let us really look for a moment. How do I delude myself into not accepting myself? What are the aspects of this personality, the way that I am, that I really don't like? And so I make it about other people, and I'm angry with other people or irritable towards others, when really I don't like myself. We bring this clarity of seeing, this uncompromising honesty with ourselves and our relationship with our personality. And with any discomfort that we might be experiencing right now, we welcome that into this giant heart, this sun, which is our nature. And through this welcoming, through this practice of acceptance, we feel the heart and the tenderness of beloved Mata Kali. We welcome the grace of Mata Kali. And we surrender our will to this will of the Mother. We offer our personality in all of its strengths and weaknesses to the Mother, thereby allowing this personality to become more and more transparent, an empty flute, a vehicle for our own inner nature to be expressed and revealed. We open ourselves to receiving the grace of the Mother in this relationship with ourselves as the personality. And some of us may even see the hands of the Mother uplifting the personality into a higher and higher vibration. Through our surrender and our sincere dedication to our transformation, we may notice the heart of the Mother beating inside of our own very chest. In the palpable silence, in this love of the Mother, we open, we allow, we release control. We allow ourselves to be seen as vulnerable and innocent. Perhaps in a way that we have not shown many in this lifetime, we now open and reveal to the Mother. We bring to her our wounds, our quote unquote traumas, the ways that we've been missed, unseen, hurt by those that were meant to take care of us. And through our own tenderness and vulnerability, we are met and held and adored by this heart of the Mata Kali. And we see that her fierceness, her garland of skulls, her weapons, the severed head she holds in one arm, and her absolutely uncompromising nature is for us. we feel ourselves held in her arms and feel the sun of life in her chest as we're held so tightly in the way that only a mother could. And perhaps for the first time, we understand her fury, her perceived violence. It is her devotion to us as her children. She refuses to let any harm come to us or for us to harm ourselves. She refuses to accept our smallness. She refuses to accept our lack of alignment in our life. She refuses to accept any expression in our life that isn't the expression of our nature, our inner nature as light and love. And we simply rest in the arms of the mother. Releasing any control. Releasing any attachment to the way we think things should be or the way we should be. We allow our nervous system to surrender and to relax and open, such that just like infants, we absorb her love. We let in the love of the mother. And through this absorption, through this surrender and natural devotion, we start to feel her power. The power of Kali emerges from this place of purity and innocence. The power of Kali as service to humanity. The power of Kali in service to the upliftment and enlightenment of humanity. The power of Kali as an expression of her tender heart. Jaya Jaya Kali Ma, Jaya Kali Ma. Jaya Jaya Kali Ma, Jaya Kali Ma. Kali bolo, Kali bolo, bolo bolo ma. Kali bolo, Kali bolo, bolo bolo ma. Jaya Jaya Kali Ma, Jaya Kali Ma. Jaya Jaya Kali Ma, Jaya Kali Ma. Kali bolo, Kali bolo, bolo bolo ma. Kali bolo, Kali bolo, bolo bolo ma. Jaya Jaya Kali Ma, Jaya Kali Ma. Jaya Jaya Kali Ma, Jaya Kali Ma. Kali bolo, Kali bolo, bolo bolo ma. Kali bolo, Kali bolo, bolo bolo ma. Kali bolo, Kali bolo, bolo bolo ma. JJ Saima.